Hey Flex fam, welcome back to another episode of Flex in the City. I'm Rada.
And I'm Lisa, and this is episode 56.
So we're diving right into it.
Shoop.
We are going to talk about something that we do almost on a daily basis, or I hope that
Hopefully.
we do on a daily basis, and don't realize how good or how healthy it is for us. And that is laughter. So this idea that laughter really is the best medicine. It's used as a coping tool.
Yes.
Yes. It is for social purposes. It helps us connect with other people.
Absolutely.
And then there's also this on a physical level, like it can help us with heart health, which we'll get into later. On a physical level, it really is very good for us.
Reprogramming our brain reactions,
stress reduction, all of that. And I think we kind of take that for granted sometimes. And maybe even as adults, we don't do as much laughing as we might have done as kids. And I think that's usually something that, once you start adulting in life,
hopefully
laughter takes a back seat.
Yeah,
no,
absolutely. Yeah.
But can you remember the last time that you had just one of those laughing fits, or, just kind of like...
I just remembered one. I know I had an example in mind when we doctored this intro before. Full disclosure. But one just came to me right now, and probably the person that I laugh with the most is my best friend Nicole. Like the kind of cackle, ugly, like snot coming out of your nose type of laughing, because we have the exact same humor, and sometimes things will happen where we don't even have to talk.
Just look at each other.
Sometimes I can't look at her. If I look at her, I'm falling off of the table. So we obviously trade memes all the time. But before that was a thing, well, it was still a thing. We'd go and watch memes when we lived in the same city. And there was some page, how they have these montages of people falling down or getting hurt or people just doing dumb shit. There's one night that we came back from the club and we were still tipsy, and we were got sucked into watching one of these things. And it was people who've done stupid things. And whether it's, buying an outfit that doesn't work, falling in shoes that are crazy. And there was one where it was stupid tattoos.
Oh, God.
And we still laugh about this to this day. This is circa 2008. We still laugh about this to this day. I don't even know if I can get it out. Because now, whenever the conversation calls for it, we'll throw it into the conversation and just say the phrase that was on this tattoo, and we completely piss ourselves laughing. It was basically dumb tattoos. So funny images, the worst looking drawings. And this one guy had this super intricate tattoo that said loyalty will be REWADED.
Rude.
REWADED.
Reward.
Rewarded.
DED. So he left out the R. Rewarded.
Oh, sorry. The T in loyalty was also missing. So it was loyally will be rewarded.
Was the tattoo artist mad that day? I don't. How do you mess that up?
I don't understand, because there's so many junctures of people involved in that process that could have been mate, this is not the right spelling. Whether it's the guy, whether it's his friends, whether it's the tattoo artist, whether it's the other people in the tattoo parlor, there was so much time for that to go right. So what makes it so funny is that everybody involved
got it wrong.
Was we're going to greenlight this. And he stuck with it for life. And not just that, in the video, he was got myself hooked up by my boy, blah, blah, blah. Even shouts out the tattoo artist.
Oh, so he didn't even realize it was messed.
No,
it was wrong.
He was showing it off. That's how the video exists.
So what's the phrase that you and your
loyally
friend
will be rewarded. Loyally will be rewarded. And so every time there's a chance for me to throw that into a conversation, your mind will be so far from it, and then someone just has to be loyally will be rewarded. And the funniest shit
Oh
ever.
my God.
Ever.
Is that like you could be having like a serious conversation with her and you'll just throw in loyally
Totally. Yeah. Loyally. Because it's usually serious conversations anyway, because we talk about loyalty. So I'll throw it in and she'll just be like, why you like this? Or she'll be like, I hate you. I'm like, love you too. That has kept me in stitches for the better part of like almost 2 decades. And then just anything about people falling, like as a montage, not getting super injured, but I know a lot of people are with me on this, and I try not to laugh if it happens in real life.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, those videos, those montages of people falling, like especially slipping on the ice. Oh my God. Oh my God. Also because I know how that feels. And as you're falling on the ice, you're aware of how you look. Like as you're fighting.
You're not graceful at all.
And I realized living in Connecticut, I was like, you can't fight it. Let the fall happen. Otherwise you look crazy.
Yes.
Trying to just stay on your feet.
Just land on your tush.
Just land on your tush. Yeah. Deal with getting yourself up after. But yeah, when the people fight, oh my God, it's hilarious. So yeah, those are the things that make me laugh really hard. Just lighthearted things like that. But yeah, it's been a really long time that I can say I've consistently laughed that kind of laughter, what you just spoke about, consistently.
Yeah.
And so if you think of it as like a therapy, like I've missed a lot of sessions.
And there is that therapy nowadays.
There is.
Where they do
laughter therapy or humor therapy.
Where they'll almost force a laugh out of you. But there's something about what it does to your entire body, like on a physiological level. It reduces the cortisol.
Yeah, which is a stress.
We all know is a stress hormone.
Which is good, but it's not good when it's in high amount.
And then cortisol tends to, like, at least the way that we're living nowadays, like back in the day, long time ago, cortisol was perfect when we're running away from dinosaurs and shit.
Wild animals. Yeah, true.
But now it's like
our lifestyle doesn't.
But now the cortisol will get us in that fight or flight mode, but it stays in that fight or
and then
flight
it
mode.
Manifests as like excess fat and weight, lower metabolism, things like that. So
which leads to a whole other, I feel like I almost hit you with.
I was like, is it just me or does it
getting
seem very close?
Up in your space. I'm
I'm not nearsighted. I'm farsighted.
Oh.
So when things are really close, I'm like, I can't see it. So I couldn't tell if it was very close. I was just trusting that it wasn't. Whereas when things are really far away, I'm like, I can read that thing that's like 5 miles away. Yeah. So it's bad. I don't know how I did sports, honestly.
I don't know.
I catch stuff before it hits me in the face. Oh my Lord. How about you? What was, or what can you think of that's something that's always produced like good, hearty laughter from you?
I honestly can't think of an example. It's
sad, isn't it?
It's very sad. I can think of when I had those laughing fits, and it would have been maybe like pre-kids. The last time I had a full-on laughing fit. And the problem with me, and I actually have done some research on it. Yeah. When I have a laughing fit, I end up in hysterical tears.
Like tears,
Tears.
Yeah.
Is that something that's happened to you?
Absolutely.
And so I researched it, and it's just literally your body becomes so overwhelmed from that emotion that it needs to release.
Oh, and it just comes out of your eyes.
Actual tear. Like you're not you're not sad.
It's coming out of your eyes.
It's just coming out of your eyeballs.
Yeah.
Because your body's like, you're shaking and you're like, I'm laughing and laughing. And then it's all of a sudden stuff.
I
remember that. Like I can remember those moments, but I can't tell you what brought me to that. And then I really don't know. Like, I'm with you on the whole watching those.
Rewatted. See? Catches on.
That's like ingrained in my head. Oh my
God.
Now.
The number of times I've said that is like endless.
Rewatted.
Loyally will be rewatted.
Yeah. So I can't.
Also, the fact that the tattoo artist is so disloyal by giving it that.
He probably was freehanding it. Most of the time, like from what I know about tattoos, is a lot of the times it's, a stencil.
Rough
and
draft.
then they like, but I think this guy was literally just.
It was his buddy who was like, I'll do it for you for $50.
He was practicing. He's like a new tattoo artist. He's like,
and he's like, I'll do it for you for $50. He's like, bet.
Well, he got rewatted with
got what you pay for.
Almost free tattoo. So
get what you pay for. Absolutely. Wow. I did not know that about the tears. Yeah. I definitely, the tears definitely. And I get hot. Like I can sweat from laughing really hard.
Yeah.
And it must be the same, just sort of like secretion, for lack of a better word.
But I wonder, and it's something that I mentioned in the beginning is, do you think we're not experiencing those laughing fits because life got serious? Are we just taking ourselves too seriously now? Like, do we not have time to sit and just laugh it off? I'm curious what is happening in our lives now. Like, and for me not to be able to remember the last time I had a crazy fit like that. I'll be with my friends and we'll be laughing and giggling,
but that level is that like really barely laugh. Yeah. And I know that I haven't had it in a while because when I see people having it,
you're
like when I see two friends and like they're literally falling out of the chairs laughing, I'm like,
yeah,
that was me
once upon a time.
Yeah. So that's how I really know it's been a while. So I think the reason we're not having it is twofold. One, we don't really live in an environment where laughter is like, even if when things are really funny, well, first of all, things are never really funny. Here, no shade.
Yeah.
But like when things are really funny, you don't really have that. The culture here is not one where people are going to laugh really loud and like fall out of chairs. Both of our cultures are kind of that.
Yeah.
So we don't have that here. So you might not feel the freedom to do that. But there's also not necessarily as many reasons or catalysts for it. And I think the other aspect is what you said, is like our lives are more serious in terms of parenting, in terms of the focus of what we have. But I think also what makes us laugh changed. Yeah. So like think of little kids. They get hysterical laughter over like stuff that you're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, especially with your kids, when you do something silly when they were babies and they're laughing hysterically.
It's like the craziest
thing. You keep repeating it. After a while, it's like, okay, it's so cute. You've made the video, like you've recorded it.
You got the laughter.
But now it's like again.
Yeah, and you're like, now I'm locked in.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think like what happens to us even beyond that stage is what makes us laugh changes. And I don't know if that's by virtue of the fact that we have more serious things in our life or by virtue of the fact that our humor changes, like, or our idea of humor changes. Although a lot of the same shit still makes me laugh, but I think
it's a combination, like you said, like even as, and I think we can say that like even you'll have groups of people. And as you're like as moms, for example, we also have our own type of humor and we will laugh at things that maybe other people who aren't
coping
parents, it's a coping mechanism. Like it's a dark humor. Like we'll laugh at our struggle.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. And we talked about this before and I was like, people of color do this all the time. Black people, especially. It's like, we laugh to keep from crying because, and because we're extremely funny. There's a lot of jokes about the things that are like inherently really difficult for us, but like we do that as a coping mechanism, but also I think as a way to like get solidarity and community amongst each other, to be like, we're all going through this shit together.
I see you.
Yeah. We hear. We might as well laugh about it because shit. What else are we gonna do? Yeah. So I think that's similar to the solidarity like with motherhood or parenthood where you just find things to be like, let's laugh about it. There's even like hashtags and memes and themes that that like adhere to that, like acknowledge that. So I think you're right. But I think that when we think about laugh therapy, so if I imagine myself going to like a laugh therapist or to one of these sessions where they're like forcibly laughing, because I've seen like a couple of the videos where they're like, ha ha ha, it's like Joker laughter. I think I would start laughing from the fake laughing.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know, is that the objective of the therapy or is the objective of the therapy for your brain to like, does your brain know the difference when you're fake laughing? Or is it like, okay, she's laughing, we're happy, release dopamine, make her feel better, change mood, shift energy. Like, I think, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I know you've done some research.
So I know that there are different types of laughter.
Yeah.
So there's the nervous laughter,
Mhm.
there's the like full on like
That hearty.
crying, like, laughter.
Yeah, yeah.
Then there's the polite laughter where someone says something funny, but
Or not funny.
but you don't want to be rude. So it's like, like,
Yeah.
so apparently the studies that I've seen, your brain can actually tell the difference between the different types of laughter.
Hmm.
And there's even been a study where they recorded laughter
Uh-huh.
and then they put people through like to do brain scans and had these bits of laughter, like the audio playing while they were getting the brain scans.
Yeah.
And one of them was a group of people, strangers, laughing together, and the other one was a group of friends. And the brain was like, they were able to tell who were the group of friends and who were the strangers. So your brain, from what I gathered, can tell the difference. But I have a feeling, and this is where something that I need to double check, and I can post the actual like studies that did this, that conducted this in the description.
Yeah.
But I feel like your body still, it still had a positive effect on the body in terms of how you feel. Like it's still
The one that's not with the friends. It's just not to the same level.
Yeah, it's not to the same level.
Right.
Because they also say like laughter is contagious.
Like
if you see someone smiling, you're likely to smile. If you see someone laughing, you're likely to laugh.
It's the same thing about sneezing, stuff like that.
Yawning.
Oh, yawning. Or if you don't, you're like a sociopath or something.
Exactly. But the difference is they said that if you're with people that you love and that you trust, that laughter is going to be on a different level than with your colleagues, that maybe you have a work relationship with, but it doesn't go past work.
Or
for example,
people who are
or just with,
acquaintances opposed to like really
like that'll
close.
still be a different type of laughter.
That's a really, really interesting point and a good point. And I think it goes back to something we discussed before. We talked about the importance of community, that it's not just this feeling of like belonging and support and, we're social beings, but we're such social beings to the point that even when you're laughing or expressing mirth or happiness or whatever it is, your brain knows like these are your people right now. And it reacts differently
There's a
to
sense
that.
of safety and security.
Yeah. And so
there.
how important is that? Especially when we say stuff like laughter is the best medicine and we talk about the physiological benefits, but also the psychological or emotional benefits of it. Like how important, doubly so then, is that idea of really close, important, sincere community. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even your laughing, even your bodily functions that happen naturally outside of your control are affected by how close the people around you are um, to you. And so that's amazing to me. We're such social beings.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that we know this so much about like animals and stuff. Like we'll do all these studies and be like, oh, elephants are so intelligent and they're such social beings. And look at how they, adhere to like the matriarchal figures and they remember these routes because of how they communicate. And like everyone is enamored by Punch, this tiny little macaque.
Yeah.
Get him out of the enclosure. That's why they're all mad.
Yeah.
Like, this is the reason why, like, they're mad. I believe. Like, get him out of there. That aside, but people are so enamored by him because everyone knows what it feels like to not have community.
Yeah.
Everyone can identify with the feeling of, I want to connect, and being rejected from connecting, to the point that this tiny little baby monkey that doesn't even understand that conceptually will cling to an inanimate object just to feel connection. And so many people in the world will connect with that.
Yeah. They ate that up, man.
Completely. Oh, I was locked in.
Yeah,
I was like, so how much are these tickets to, you see if I can go on a Friday, the time difference, and, can macaques survive? Like, I'm like, I'll just go take him,
Yeah. Just bring him
I'll
here.
hold him for however long he
Yeah.
needs. Yeah. And then like apparently now he's got like people. He's got some of the
Yeah, he got a
truth.
hug. There was a picture of and it said he finally got a hug.
Yeah.
As one of the
I don't trust none of them.
You think it was like AI generated?
No. Someone was said something in the comments that I agreed with, and this was my idea. I'm like, see, the monkeys are smart. They realize that this guy's getting all the attention. He's getting like, you know. So I feel like they're just adhering to him because of clout. Like they're like, oh, like they're taking videos of him. Like, I want the attention. I want videos. I want extra feed. Because where was all this
Interesting.
concern before? I don't trust it.
Interesting.
But yeah. But you see what I mean? Humans, we are so great at assessing the behavior of other animals and not
Don't know
realizing.
how to apply that to ourselves.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do. Don't trust people doing things for clout.
Okay.
That's not the application.
It's a
To be
different
serious,
it's a different
show,
topic.
different
Different
episode.
show.
The lesson is, honestly though, seriously speaking, is that community is so important. Like even from the level of animals that we consider lesser, you know, in so many ways, that it's such a basic need. And for us to understand or to have studies that tell us even the level of that connection, the genuineness of that connection, the depth of that connection affects our physiology is, I think, you know, lends itself to us being able to say, all right, like, how can we literally, consciously create ways for us to laugh consistently?
Mhm.
Yeah. And so, yeah, in knowing that, I'm like, I need to, and we do it in watching memes. We do it in the ways that our world today, I guess, creates the opportunity for that. But real, like you said, our brain knows when it's real people who are close to us, who mean something. How do we make sure that we foster that on a regular basis?
Yeah. I think it goes back to like what you said. It's also about surrounding yourself with the right people too. Like I think a lot of the times we also don't pay attention to who's around us. We don't pay attention
Right.
to that energy that we're bringing in. And, and I know as parents, like we can go even days without really talking to somebody because we're so like engrossed in
Yeah.
the whole, pick up,
Months
drop
even.
off,
The routine.
organizing, the routine, all of that. And like, so if we're not even able to talk to another human, like how are we gonna laugh with somebody else, And I
Mm,
know that you can laugh. There's still health benefits to laughing and being on your own, but it's still going to obviously be elevated when you're surrounded by people.
right. Yeah.
So I think
agree.
it's really
I agree.
really important to start paying attention to who you're surrounding yourself with. And I think in our 40s we're definitely filtering through all the bullshit. So that does
Yeah.
help.
Yeah. We are being more conscious of
Yeah.
who we are surrounding
Yeah.
ourselves
Yeah.
with and how often as well. Like I think we're more self-aware, hopefully,
Yeah.
that we're like, I need more of this. I'm gonna make it happen.
Did you know that the anticipation of laughter is also healthy? Because your brain, and this all goes back to, neuroscience and all that.
Yeah.
Like your brain doesn't know the difference between what has happened
Yeah. And what is
and what is about to happen. So even you thinking about, like, say, I don't know, like say you're going to a comedy show, for example, or
I
you're
was just
about
thinking
to
about
watch
that.
a funny movie, or you're going to meet with your friend
Who's really funny.
like even that sets your body in motion to like feel like to calming down and to feeling more, at ease.
Yeah.
And it also has its own benefits.
That's such an important point because what you said, especially about your brain doesn't know the difference between like
What's
something
real and what's imagined. Yeah.
basically like
Or-
something that may have
Yeah.
happened in the past or something that you're anticipating happening in the future because to your brain, you're experiencing it in the same way. If you apply that to the things that give you anxiety
Mm.
or being afraid of something, it actually gives you so much more insight into how the, the effect, how impactful our expectation or anticipation of negativity can be to our actual mood, health, reality. So your brain is already going to put you in a space of shit, this has happened. And it might actually not be the outcome. It might not be the case, but your anticipation that it might happen is so real to your brain that you're already going through some of those feelings and physical changes
Mm-hmm.
that come from experiencing something that you actually haven't gone through.
Yeah.
So it's so good to understand that about your brain, because the same way that you can use that to like conjure up really great feelings and experiences and mood and hormonal releases, like it's the same way you have this consciousness that I need to be careful about how I manifest my fears and how I cling on to the things that give me anxiety. And so I think, yeah, understanding. There's a really, is it a book? I don't remember what it is, but someone was talking about it, and someone, I am giving zero information with that statement. I think I saw it on someone's story, someone who I know always has really great book recommendations. I can't remember the name of it, but she was talking about basically how your brain lies to you. And I think it was a chapter or an excerpt from a book that basically talks about your brain lies to you, which I think a lot of people know now, but really understanding the extent to how it processes information and spits it out where you can experience something without having actually gone through it,
Mm-hmm.
is a bit terrifying, but at the same time, really empowering, because it's like, I wanna know what it feels like to have all of the dreams that I have come true, and you can manifest that experience for your brain sitting in your living room. And so I think, yeah, the more we learn and understand, the more we can harness those things and create not just your own reality, but also, um, that mood and that physicality and that mental body shift that gives you the positive result that you need, really, not want.
Yeah. So, like with that, like your brain, if you think about it, your brain has one job.
Yeah, keep
It's
you alive.
to survive, to keep you alive, right? So that's why we say like it doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not real.
Right.
Um, but it also goes back to how you can control that. Like even a simple exercise that we started talking to our boys about, even it's
Mhm.
not really laughter related, but it's going back to like the emotions and feelings that you're feeling. And there with some emotions, there is a really fine line between them. So
Mhm.
nervousness and excitement, your body
Mhm.
is literally going through almost the same type of symptoms that like
Fair.
maybe you're sweating, your heart
Right,
beats
right,
faster,
right,
your breath maybe becomes a little more shallow, but
right.
it's the way that you communicate with yourself. So the idea is to also trick your brain. And so instead of say like your kid has a competition coming up and he's like, I'm nervous, it's like, no, tell your brain, I'm
I'm
excited.
excited. And it's an
Now
easy
it's an
switch
easy switch
because
because then you're like, oh yeah, I am excited because obviously excitement has a positive connotation and nervousness is like, like you want to crawl into your
retreat.
shell. It doesn't mean that you don't care. Like even I always say like if you're nervous about something, it actually means that you care and you want to,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
want to
there's
do
something to
something well,
lose.
you want to, like whatever it is that you have to do. There is
Yeah.
some there is an element of I do care about it, but instead of focusing on the negative aspect of it is that you
Shift it.
shift it, you know?
I think that's a really good example as
Yeah.
well, and I think just this idea that you can harness your experience of these
Yeah.
events,
Yeah.
and you can control how they affect you. Can't control the events, but what you can control is how they affect you and how you respond. And so understanding more about yourself, but also about your brain, your behavior, gives you this like ace up your sleeve almost, where you can be like, okay, I'm just going to shift that. I'm just going to take this and all of these stimuli that are coming at me without my control
Mhm.
and make it something that benefits me. And I think the more, like with anything else, the more you do that, the better you get at it.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, and I think laugh therapy is a great way to start because it's easy, it's enjoyable. I don't know if I could laugh just like, I know some people like actually look in the mirror and like laugh, like
Yeah.
force themselves to laugh at themselves in the mirror. I don't know if I could do that. I would feel very like
Uncomfortable.
uncomfortable, but also like just contrived.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Like I feel like I'm looking at myself like
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to take yourself seriously. And I
I
think
wouldn't.
then we would be in our heads,
Yeah.
like the idea of like laugh while you're looking at yourself in the mirror, like you'd be like, that's where the nervous laughter probably comes in.
Yeah. Or it would just be like, the laughter of like laughing at myself, like, oh, doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would just make me feel very, very Joaquin Phoenix Joker-esque. Like, ha ha ha, like that almost awkward, like uncomfortable, like, what am I? But I do think allowing yourself to enjoy those moments where you are laughing genuinely a little bit longer, just leaning into that, letting yourself laugh. And especially when you are in an environment that might not encourage that laughter. Because I don't know about you, but I know I hold my, granted, I don't have a lot of things to laugh about in this environment in terms of just, like it's just funny. And, you walk down the street and you'll see something funny, or people say funny shit. I do notice in a lot of ways, you talked about this before, like part of your assimilation, part of your like becoming part of an environment is obviously adopting some of those behaviors, consciously or subconsciously. And one of them is not smiling.
Not smiling.
When you walk around.
I smile. I'm a person that smiles in
and you
public.
get looked at like you're crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you're an aberration if you smile at people.
And
just
they have
randomly.
a word for that. Asocial. Like you're basically a weirdo.
How?
They have a word.
How is asocial, like basically means like antisocial? Yeah. How is this is the opposite that's antisocial?
But you're doing something that is not of the norm, therefore you are antisocial.
The fact that word exists and that's the definition is terrifying.
Yeah. They use that a lot here to describe a lot of things that don't fit in a box. Their box. So I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Like even among friends. So unlike you, like a lot of my friends are German speaking.
Right.
So even we'll all be sitting together, and they obviously they've had different experiences. They are
different
for the most
backgrounds
part,
as well.
They're not like they'll say that they grew up in Germany or they're born in Germany, but they'll still refer to where they came from
as home.
But Germany is where they reside now, so we do relate on that.
Yeah.
On that level. But again, they still had different experiences, and they just had, whether it was that they all went to school together or they had the same type of school experience or it's growing up in the same environment, and because it's in a different language, I also feel like I'm holding myself back a little bit because either language barrier I don't understand,
100%.
100%. The inside jokes I can't share in the inside jokes because I wasn't part of that community. So there is like this level, like I feel a little more reserved. And because like my humor is maybe, I guess they'd say my humor is American.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Just different.
Just different. So
it's just humor. Like guys, Germans aren't known for their humor.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
So they won't understand my humor. Like maybe I'll say something sarcastically and they'll be like.
And do you sometimes like laugh to yourself because you're like, that was so good? And then when no one gets it, you're like, you guys.
Nobody gets it. Like when you have to explain it to them, like the moment's gone.
It's a wrap.
It's done.
Yeah. Because you're like, oh, you ruined it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many good things. Although I know there's Germans, like my husband says this all the time where he's like, I'm so funny in German. Like you don't even understand. Like there's so many things that I would say. And I'm like.
That's what I say to my friends, and like that I'm so funny in English.
Yeah, because they use the whole side of you.
Like otherwise, they see a very quiet, reserved person because it's like it's just not gonna translate.
It's not gonna translate.
Way.
It doesn't come out the same way. The reception is not gonna be the same. So so a lot of ways you find yourself shrinking in so many different aspects. But the humor is definitely one. Which is such I think a big part of our cultures, but also our personalities.
Yeah.
We laughed. Do you remember in college, we used to sit in the caf for like 3 hours and we'd be done eating and we'd be in there just laughing about shit, whatever it might be. And it's stuff that I couldn't even tell you right now what it was that we were laughing
idea, but
about.
Like you remember the feeling, which is what I talked about earlier. Like I don't
we
remember
laughed so hard.
What it was that made us laugh, but
I
remember that
laughing.
emotion.
We stayed laughing. Between the laughing for 3 hours every night in the caf at dinner and clubbing for 4 hours a week, like we didn't need gym.
We were good. Like that was keeping us in shape. like
sorted.
tight.
Yeah, we were good. Like we had it all. Plus like that mental health as well aspect was just dealt with. But yeah, I think it was we took it for granted so much because when you're in the moment and moments like that and parts of your life or pockets of life where it's like that with like with everything, you think, oh, it's always gonna be like this.
Yeah.
And then it's only when you're moved on to a different sort of part of your life or different experience that you're like, that was great. But like, I really want to recreate that because I really miss laughing that much.
Me too.
Yeah,
Although when I'm with you,
we laugh a lot.
we laugh a
Yeah,
lot.
we do.
Like
Like
we haven't, I don't know if
genuine
we've
laughter.
gotten to the, no, but I laugh. Like I laugh. Like I'll even notice like my wrinkles under my eyes are extra
Or extra defined.
defined when I leave your house. I'll be like, oh shit, I was smiling and laughing the entire time. So I know
that's
that.
good.
So that's
then.
my once a week that I can look forward to that I know.
Yeah, we need
is
to do
there.
better.
We need to do better.
Yeah,
And
you should be laughing more.
yeah, so that's definitely like on the prescription,
Yeah, yeah,
of
on the
life.
prescription pad. So that's like the therapy homework. Laughter therapy, humor
Yeah.
therapy. But also I think just finding things that make you feel more in that trajectory and that mindset of I'm taking this and I'm making it something that is not necessarily funny, haha, but something that is positive, something that's exciting.
Yes.
And understanding that you have the control or the ability to do that and developing that skill as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it cuts across so many different areas. That's a skill that you can apply in so many different ways. And so yeah, like there's no hurt in actually nurturing something like that. So yeah. Oh, my neighbor across the
Watching?
road. No, he just threw something off his balcony. Dude, there's people who live under you.
Not very.
See, now if I was German, I'd be calling the cops right now. And there it is, humor. That would be the whole laughing at something that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's also a different kind of humor. That's actually, I laugh at that a lot.
Ridiculous.
It's not like the hearty laugh. It's just like the,
like OMG, I can't.
yeah,
believe-
the shaking my head
Yeah.
laughing. It's
Yeah.
almost like pseudo uncomfortable laughter slash we have to laugh to keep from crying laughter.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
somewhere in there in that pocket. That one I have a lot of because just the sights are entertaining to the least. Oh, I laughed hard when I went to Fashion Week here.
Oh yeah. You told me about that.
I did. I actually laughed. There was a few moments where I laughed out loud. But again,
But again, you were probably laughing on
at the
your
expense.
own because not everybody understood what the hell you were laughing at. And even when you
Certainly on
tried
my
to
own.
explain it to them, they're just like, like
yeah,
but
they were
not-
doing the nervous laugh,
yeah,
and I was
but
like, you
not
guys.
to the point that you were like,
Yeah, I was doubled over. It
Yeah.
was extremely funny for
Yeah.
me. But yeah, certainly not for majority of the people. But yeah, no, I want to laugh genuinely more.
I
So-
noticed that I did this a lot when I was a kid, and it did spill over into my adulthood, that I did a lot of, which was what we mentioned, coping
mechanism.
and it was like self-deprecating humor. So I would make fun of myself before anybody could,
like
because
preemptively.
yeah, because like being the only Arab, the only Muslim, just I didn't look like everybody else, weird name, all of that. We've been through all this, like whatever. But so I would
episodes.
yeah, so I would make fun of myself before somebody could make fun of me.
Yeah, preemptive strike.
And yeah, and that came into adulthood where I noticed it translated into not being able to be vulnerable around people.
Oh, so more avoidant almost.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like instead of I'm just gonna like either deal with it or just keep my distance.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, that's obviously
That's
something
really
I'm
good that
working on
you're
now,
but that you've been able to see that about yourself. And that
Yeah.
you've gone through that because that's a huge journey, like from one to the next. You saw that about you as a younger woman, and then how you've grown through that and it's become something else, and how you're growing through that now.
Yeah.
So that's super self-aware. So yeah.
On a different note, do
Yeah.
you see sarcasm as a type of humor?
I do, and I find it extremely funny. However, because I use it a lot. However, I think a large part of it depends on context, but a large part of it, I think, is often coping mechanism or diffusion, like a way to express an annoyance or something negative in a way that
without taking responsibility
right
and
right
actually
right
owning
or
your
even
truth.
right or even trying to deflect or trying to not be direct about something negative, like you maybe don't want to hurt someone, so you use like someone asks you an obvious question and you don't want to be like, you're a fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
So you're like, yes, Captain Obvious. It's
Yeah.
da. Or you're like, no, actually, yes, I am enjoying the fact that
Yeah.
the air is full of germs. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it kind of diffuses the directness of what you might want to say. So it can be, and that's why I said context depends. It might be because you want to like save someone's emotions because you're just like, you're a dumbass, but you don't want to say that. But it also might be to diffuse a situation or to, yeah, I think like a coping mechanism. So all of those are coping examples because
Yeah.
you're coping with a situation by circumventing it. You're not coming down straight down the middle. But I find it if it's witty, it can be extremely funny sometimes.
I've started looking at sarcasm a bit differently. I had this like whole discussion with a friend of mine who got into a little basically tiff with her boss because she called her sarcastic. And
She called the boss sarcastic.
She called the boss sarcastic. And
Okay.
apparently here, like the Germans don't take it very well when you call them sarcastic.
How dare you call me any measure of humorous?
Because the root word, and they literally take it to facts, the root word of sarcasm comes from a Greek word, which I'll find it and put it underneath here. But it literally means to tear the flesh off of.
Oh no!
Yeah. So
Does it?
It's like they hear you. If you call them sarcastic, they think it as
it is. We are not.
Yeah. So now I've literally started seeing sarcasm in a different light, and that's where
now I will
back
too.
to your coping bit, like where you think you're coping, but somebody else might receive it completely different.
Thank you for telling me that because shit.
Yeah. To literally tear the flesh off of, I need to.
That's full on. I need to. You know what I realized though, when I have used sarcasm here in Germany, I mostly do it for two reasons. One, most often for my own entertainment, because I'm pretty certain the people that I'm expressing it to won't get it. And so I'm just kind of like, idiot. Or I'm doing it because I'm in the company of someone I know will get it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they won't get it, but we will, and we're going to laugh about it later. So I do it not necessarily with the intention that they're going to get that it's sarcasm. In some ways it's funnier to me if they don't get think, it. Yeah. Like they're just like, because of it so many times that it's come back, yeah. And I'm like,
that's not what I was trying to get at, but okay.
Just thinking about it is funny. So that's good to know because I don't want to unequivocally offend anyone.
Hold on, I need to find this.
Unequivocally? Unintentionally. Yeah.
Sarcasm comes from the Greek, sarcad sign. I don't know. It has all the, I have to see how you actually.
Oh, it's got the phonetic.
No, it doesn't have the phonetics. That's why I don't know how to pronounce it. But then it has also the Greek letters. But it literally means to tear flesh, to strip the flesh like a dog. So it's it's basically saying that you're cutting into someone.
Right.
You use sarcasm.
What about if they don't get it?
And then there's like something to say between generations, like our generation, and I would say even our parents' generation, the generations before that, like we didn't grow up knowing what emotional health or like how to emotional awareness. Like we didn't see that being modeled to us.
It wasn't
but
even
we did hear sarcasm. We did hear like everything because like we said, like it was a coping tool. It was a way of being serious without being serious. So we've adopted that. But I think the next generation is going to be like, like our younger, like
That's
our kids.
True. They don't really get it the same way.
Even the people that I used to work with when I was working at Plug and Play, and it was all Gen Z.
A younger generation.
They didn't get half of the stuff that I was talking about when I was being sarcastic. And I wasn't being rude sarcastic. It was more
just like witty.
Yeah, witty. Like, and they didn't get it.
So good.
Like, damn it, you guys are emotionally intelligent.
I'm like, yes, emptying our toolbox. I'm like, we're going to have nothing left. Yeah, sarcasm I'm holding on to, but I'll pick my audiences more wisely now that I know this.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Look at it different.
I mean, we talked about it a little bit in the beginning when we said that culture is a huge factor in how, not just what we find funny, but even how we express um our humor and how we express our happiness over that humor. So yeah, I guess it makes sense that even something like sarcasm could be, I didn't realize it would be this extreme, but that could
Yeah.
be so differently, like received so
Yeah.
differently.
It's crazy.
I always feel like I have to like come back with a wittier repartee. Like if someone responds to me with sarcasm, I'm like, all right, so we're in
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah.
It's like a little battle where I'm like, okay, like now let me like say something back. That was recess for us growing up. Like I remember second, third, fourth, fifth grade, we'd just be out and like, I mean, I don't know if it's like dissing each other or clowning or whatever you want to call it, but it would be like just comebacks. Like it was a thing. You had to be quick at comebacks because someone throws something at you and you're like, and you don't have a witty like repartee or response, the clowning will be tenfold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to, and this is something that starts in your childhood, you want to be accepted. You don't want to be bullied. You don't want to stand out. So you are going to do that. A lot of the times growing up, like we would do that. I mean, I did at the expense of myself, but a lot of kids were doing that so that at the expense of others, just to be able to fit in.
Yeah.
And that goes back to the social element of it, where, and then you get all the kids laughing. And so they think that they're being funny and they're being humorous, but but they're hurting somebody.
And even the kid who's hurt might be laughing, but you don't know
nervous
that they're
laughter
hurt.
probably, or they've just become really good at like, they've got tough skin and they don't really let it get to them. You never know in that situation.
You never
Each
know.
situation is different.
Yeah.
But it is a coping mechanism and it becomes a way of, it's a social thing. Like, oh, I fit in now. I made people laugh and I'm good. I got this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's so true.
But that could be different the next day. Like it'll be something else. It'll be
someone else.
Yeah. So
it absolutely was. It absolutely was. When you go home at the end of we lived at school, but when you go home at the end of the school day and you come back the next day, it was like
round two.
Yeah, it was almost like whatever happened yesterday, done.
Yeah.
We start fresh. clean
every time
slate today. And then it's like, oh my God, I gotta prove myself again.
Always. That was always the case.
So guys, your homework is to laugh more. We're giving ourselves that homework as well. Genuine laughter. Try out that laughter therapy. Like look in the mirror and just laugh. And then let us know in the comments or whatever. Give us your feedback. Is it something that you enjoy if you do it? Or is it something you would try at all? Or are you like,
And even do it with your friends. Like the idea is to also just be sitting with your friends and just start laughing. And that is supposed to like roll off, like
feed itself basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Become real laughter.
Yeah.
The only time that's happened is if we're trying to be sly somewhere with my friends and I'm like, okay, pretend I said something really funny and just start laughing. And then you have an excuse to like look over at that person we're talking about. Like that's the only time. And then it actually becomes real laughter.
Yeah.
Or when we're posing in photos and you're trying to do a laughing photo.
And that turns into a just thinking about it.
Oh, it's so contrived.
So homework, laugh more, find out what makes you laugh.
Absolutely. And do more of it.
Hopefully. Surround yourself with people that
really make you laugh. Real hearty laughter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Genuine.
And try and see if you can work towards changing your mindset from what something might be that gives you nervousness into excitement. So like turning something into positive, because that's something that I think we could all work on. Perfect.
Exactly. I love that. So there you go. So if you've made it this far, and I hope you have, please subscribe to Flex in the City. Follow us on Instagram. We have all of those links down below in the description. You can't miss it.
Yeah.
And we will see you again here next week. Till next time.
Bye.
Make my hair bigger to walk the boys.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
Just sit here the whole episode. Watch just like the curtain. Look. Okay. Get rid of my jowls.
I know, in 5 seconds. of me
Done.
doing this.
Now I have no channels now. Hey, Flex fam. Welcome back to another episode of Flex in the City. I'm Rada.
And I'm Lisa.
I almost forgot my name.
I was going to say, I was like, what is she pausing for dramatic?
I literally was like, who am I?
It's like, let me introduce myself.
Wow, the brain fog is real.